Deutsche Telekom, A16Z, and the WEF all bet on the same payments platform. This is kind of creepy stuff, man. Although blockchain is inherently decentralized, there's arguably no central organization with more power to push certain blockchain projects ahead of others than the World Economic Forum. It appears such a push is well underway. This is creepy stuff. All right. So for the people that don't know what the World Economic Forum is, headquartered in Geneva, Switzerland, World Economic Forum is a network of networks providing a platform for both governments and businesses, comprised of over 390 corporations and banks across 60 nations. Talk about a network of people all thinking and doing the same thing, huh? WEF aims to smooth out friction between governmental policies, sustainability, and economic efficiency. That is the giant circle jerk right there. As such, WEF generates initiatives that are then passed down to lower ranks of organizations across the globe. One of them covers investments related to ESG, standing for environmental, social, and governance. ESG is a framework to gauge companies' products and services against a particular set of ethics. Another framework is MSC, multi-stakeholder capitalism, which combines the power of governments, corporations, and communities to achieve broader goals with the help of well-oiled capitalist tools.
By the way,
such weird
multi-stakeholder capital. That's another way. That's another word for communism.
Yeah, thank you. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Also, the World Economic Forum is a partner in Consensus. They are of CoinDesk's annual Consensus Conference in Austin this year. They're having it.
Yep.
And it's presented by CoinDesk and the World Economic Forum. So they're like neck deep in crypto.
Oh, yes, they are.
I intentionally said crypto and not Bitcoin because they are completely in bed.
That's right.
They probably hate. Oh, this is the whole scheme, Phil. I remember you telling me this. Okay.
It's good stuff. Effectively, WEF sets up expectations of how businesses should operate. The more expectations are met, the more integrated these businesses become within the global ecosystem of governments, media, and finance. There is nothing this system of global governance doesn't include. This is an insane circle jerk, and it is really, really mind-blowing how it pretends to be inclusive, but this is by far one of the, I mean, to me anyways, this is such a sick joke. Okay, let's continue. WEF venture into blockchain startups. Like, we're very surprised, right? At 2020's WEF conference in Davos, a Swiss-based blockchain startup, Definity, unveiled the application for their internet computer. And we know Definity was invested in by Andreessen Horowitz, right? Which is A16Z. In June 2021, WEF published Cryptocurrencies, a guide to getting started. In the 23-page paper, they picked 6 blockchain projects representing the future of distributed global economy. Out of 6, Algorand, Cardano, Solana are generalist. Smart contract blockchains competing with Ethereum, Stellar, XRPL, and Cello.
Dude, no Bitcoin. No Bitcoin.
No, of course not. They're intended for high-speed global payments. No, it's not. While Cello focusing on turning mobile phones into virtual banks. Okay, so first, let's just before we move on, Ethereum, right? We've already gone through this. Aya Miyaguchi, right?
Who the fuck is Aya?
She works, she's for the World Economic Forum, but she's also on the executive board of the Ethereum Foundation. In 2019, she was appointed to the World Economic Forum's Blockchain Global Council. We were talking about Cello. That was the last thing, right? This innovative cell phone.
What the fuck is Cello?
Blockchain use. It's, well, here we go, right? It's, well, we're going to look at their website in a second. One of the world's largest telecoms, Deutsche Telekom, joined Cello Alliance for Prosperity this April. As one would expect, Deutsche Bank, which is Deutsche Telekom's key financial advisor, is a WEF partner. So you know Cello's gonna get a pass, right? If you would assume WEF is in the mix there, you would be correct. Prolific venture cap firm Andreessen Horowitz, aka A16Z, is a heavy investor in both Cello and Coinbase. Connie Chan, partner at A16Z, is also young global leader at the World Economic Forum. Just last month, A16Z injected $20 million into Cello's Valora wallet. The digital asset space is full of I can't say that part. The digital asset space is full of uncertainties, but with organizations like the WEF, complete lunatics, Deutsche Telekom, and A16Z all looking in the same direction. Very interesting. The future looks bright, in some spots more than others. I'd say this is part of the stuff that's not bright. But anyways, let's continue. Let's go take a look at Cello. Okay, so here we go.
I never heard of this.
Yeah, me neither. I literally just heard of it for this show. I started digging into this. I'm like, what the hell is this thing? So here we go. This is, what is this? Crypto made for mobile. Okay. Typical site. Nothing really too crazy. Let's meet the backers, right? Let's meet the backers. A16Z, Polychain Capital,
that
which,
one
by
hurts.
the way, yeah. You're seeing what I'm seeing down here. Yeah. Coinbase and, Jack Dorsey. So we go back to that original tweet, right? From Jack?
Well, A16Z, Polychain, Coinbase.
So, Phil, what you're trying to
but
say...
the Dorsey one hurts.
That's right. Exactly.
It does hurt.
So,
Phil,
but look, we're unfiltered, right? We show it all. So, okay.
Are you trying to say that A16Z is a bunch of communists? Is that what you're trying to say?
What I'm trying to say is the rot goes very deep. And there's a giant circle jerk of money, and you and I, my friend, are not a part of it. Okay? So we are definitely not. Okay. Let's take a look.
I would just say though, and I'm not, the hope is that that's bullshit, right? Like I wouldn't put it past a shitcoin project to have Dorsey listed there if he's not involved.
Keep in mind, right? He maybe not even know, right? Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like there's a good chance that there's shitcoin pages that say that like Odell is advisor to or something that exist out there. But if he is, that is extremely disappointing, and that's a possibility as well.
But, there's also the argument, maybe he was involved in this before he knew better or something like that. And as a result, right, maybe that's part of the reason why he walked away. We don't know all the drama and stuff. Like, it's like, and now the tweet that he made, right, between A and Z, like he knows, he definitely, okay, my opinion is that he knows more than he lets on. That's my opinion. Let's dive into a little more of the Cello Ecosystem Venture Fund. They've got a whole bunch of weirdness. The Cello Ecosystem Venture Fund is a polychain-led venture supported by founding investors Andreessen Horowitz and Cello with the goal of investing in and developing the Cello ecosystem. So again, the giant circle jerk of money. Now check this out, Nico. I thought you would find this interesting. I went to their About page. Their About page is one of the weirdest places I think I've gone to on the internet, and it doesn't look weird, but check this out. Cello's philosophy is grounded in the work of Charles Einstein's sacred economics.
What the
Well, that's not Einstein, that's Eisenstein.
Is it Eisenstein?
Eisenstein,
thank you.
Phil, aren't you Jewish?
I'm dyslexic. I can't flex, man. There's no flexing. All right.
It's important to laugh at these things because otherwise you're just going to drive yourself crazy.
There's gonna be one in the comments. You said Eisenstein wrong.
Oh gosh. Okay, so look, guys, realize where I just brought you. Realize I just brought you to this. Have you ever heard of sacred economics? Somebody?
But there's a song, so I haven't heard of it.
There's a video. There's a.
Are we going to listen?
We are not going to listen.
No, definitely not.
We are not going to. We love Bitcoiners. We don't want to destroy them. Okay, but here we go. But we are going to read you the excerpt about this. Sacred economics traces the history of money, because remember, that's what Cello is based on. Traces the history of money from ancient gift economies to modern capitalism, revealing how the money system has contributed to alienation, competition, scarcity, destroyed community, and necessitated endless growth. Today, these trends have reached their extreme, but in the wake of their collapse, we may find great opportunity to transition to a more connected, ecological, and sustainable way of being.
Communism. I'm sorry. I had a cough.
Nico, we're not going to talk about all the money printing. We're not going to talk about all the incompetent central bankers around the world perpetrating this absolute nonsense everywhere we go. We're going to completely leave this out of it. The problem is all of these things, right? The competition, the scarcity. We're going to fix all that. We're going to give it to everyone. Everyone's going to have an equal share, and everything's going to be kumbaya, because that's how it works. And this sacred economics is going to fix everything.
Yeah, I mean, stakeholder capitalism, bullish. But man, these people are psychopaths, and they were just created by the fiat system, the Cantillon effect. Bitcoin fixes this, but I kind of want to pull back to something that we said off camera, Phil, where I don't think people understand how much 16Z is involved in every goddamn shitcoin, or the majority of shitcoins. A16Z probably funds them. Or they've probably
it's all of them. It's A16Z, Polychain, Multicoin, Coinbase ish. A16Z is an investor in Coinbase. That's where they dump everything on retail. Coinbase has their own Coinbase Ventures that's heavily involved in everything. And then the last one is DCG, Digital Currency Group, who owns CoinDesk. Like literally, if you look at the list, it's just everyone. They're just in everything.
So what you're trying to say, Matt, is that Coinbase is actively funding shitcoins and then dumping them on investors and then profiting from the dump.
I mean, look, the best example of it, and like, don't buy Dogecoin, but the best example of it was the Dogecoin pump. Robinhood had it listed. Coinbase didn't have it listed. And why didn't Coinbase have it listed? Because it was a proof of work shitcoin that wasn't invested in by VCs. So when Dogecoin pumped, they had every other garbage shitcoin under the sun that A16Z invested in, but they didn't have Dogecoin on. And it took them like 4 months, 5 months. And then by that time, like it kind of had died down at that point, but that's why they didn't have it. And that's a perfect fucking example.